Welcome back to Coins, the home of rare and valuable treasures hidden right in your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and legendary coins in U.S. history, the 1974 D. Lincoln penny. This small copper coin might look ordinary, but some versions of it are worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, so stay tuned till the end, because we'll uncover its history, minting secrets, current market prices, and how you can identify if your penny is the rare one. The story behind the 1974 PNNY. In 1974, the U.S. Mint faced a huge challenge. The rising price of copper, the penny, which had been made mostly of copper since 1909, became too expensive to produce. The government started testing alternative metals like aluminum and steel to save money. This decision led to one of the most fascinating chapters in American coin history, the creation of the 1974 aluminum and copper pennies. Why the 1974 D penny ISSPCAL? Most of the test pennies were struck in Philadelphia, but a few were also reportedly made in Denver, marked with the D mint mark. The 1974 D aluminum penny is one of the rarest experimental coins ever made, and it was never meant to leave the U.S. Mint. Only a handful of these coins were struck, and almost all were ordered to be destroyed, but a few are rumored to have escaped. The legend of the lost PNNES. According to collectors and historians, a Denver Mint employee allegedly kept a 1974 D aluminum penny as a souvenir. For decades, it was considered lost, until one resurfaced in the hands of a retired mint worker's son. That discovery shook the entire numismatic world. Experts couldn't believe it still existed after all those years. The government's response when the 1974 D aluminum penny reappeared, the U.S. Mint immediately claimed ownership, saying it was never officially released and therefore remained government property. Legal battles followed, and the coin became one of the most controversial items in coin collecting history. To this day, the 1974 D aluminum penny remains a forbidden treasure, a coin that legally can't be sold, yet collectors would pay fortunes to own. Materials and minting details. Now, let's talk about the details. The regular 1974 Lincoln pennies were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc and weigh about 3.11 grams. However, the aluminum test pennies weighed only 0.93 grams. That's less than one-third the normal weight. That's the first thing collectors check when identifying a rare 1974 D penny. How to identify a rare 1974 D PNNY? If you have a 1974 penny with a D mint mark, first check the weight. Use a digital coin scale. If it weighs around 3.11 grams, it's a normal copper penny, but if it weighs under 1 gram, you might have a piece of history, a 1974 D aluminum penny. Next, check the color. Aluminum pennies are light silver gray, not the usual reddish brown. Coin grading and condaton. Collectors know that condition is everything. Even an ordinary penny can gain huge value if it's in mint state condition. A perfect 1974 D copper penny graded MS 67 or higher can sell for $500 to $2,000, depending on its shine and strike, but if that same penny were aluminum, its value could jump into the hundreds of thousands. Known sales and market value. Let's talk money, the part everyone loves. In 2016, a 1974 D aluminum penny was estimated to be worth over $250,000 to $2 million, depending on legal approval for sale. And the open collector market, if such a coin were ever allowed to sell publicly, experts believe it could reach $787,979 or more, possibly over $1 million at auction. That's right, a single penny that could change your life. How many exist? The U.S. Mint originally struck over 1 million experimental aluminum pennies in 1974, but nearly all were destroyed. For the Denver Mint, the number was far smaller, possibly less than 20 coins. Today, only one confirmed 1974 D aluminum penny is known to exist in private hands. It's truly a 1 in a billion find. Difference between 1974 D and other 1974 PNNES. You may have other 1974 pennies too, like the 1974 No Mint Mark, Philadelphia, or 1974 S-proof penny, San Francisco. While these are interesting, they're not as rare. However, high-grade proof 1974 S coins can still sell for $100 to $500 in top condition, but the 1974 D aluminum penny, that's a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. How to check your pennies. If you want to check your coins, gather all your 1974 pennies, look for the D mint mark under the date, use a precision digital scale to check the weight, examine the color. Copper is reddish brown, aluminum is silvery gray. Never try to clean or polish your coin. It can destroy its value. Rare Lincoln penny coins worth money. Why? Besides the 1974 D. Keep an eye out for other rare Lincoln pennies like 1943 copper penny, worth up to $1.70 million. 1955 double die penny, worth $10,000. To $100,0001969 S double die obverse, worth $30,000 plus 1992 close AM penny, worth $20,000. Each of these coins tells a story of minting errors, rarity, and collector passion. Why collectors love the Lincoln PNN. Why the Lincoln penny is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. First issued in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It's more than just a coin, it's a symbol of American history, artistry, and everyday life. Every Lincoln penny you hold carries over a century of stories. And maybe even a fortune. Closing message. And that's the incredible story of the 1974 D Lincoln penny, a coin that started as an experiment and became one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever created. So next time you find a penny in your change jar or on the sidewalk, don't ignore it. It might be worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coins, your trusted channel for coin collecting tips, rare coin values, and the hidden stories behind every cent. Turn on the notification bell, because in our next videos, we'll explore more rare finds, including the 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double die Lincoln cent that could be sitting in your drawer right now. Remember, every coin has a story. And some stories are worth millions. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever struck in the United States, the 1979 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it's just a single cent, but some versions of this coin have been sold for thousands of dollars. Stay tuned till the very end, because you might just have a small fortune lying inside your old piggy bank. The story begins. The legacy of Lincoln pennies. The Lincoln penny was first minted in 1909, in honor of President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It replaced the Indian head cent and became a symbol of American pride, featuring Lincoln's portrait on the front and, for many years, wheat ears on the reverse. By 1959, the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, marking another chapter of U.S. history, and by 1979, these pennies had already become an everyday coin. But not every penny was ordinary. The year 1979, a changing era. The year 1979 marked an interesting period in American minting. The economy was shifting, inflation was high, and the U.S. Mint was facing rising production costs. Although pennies were still made of 95% copper, just a few years later, that would change, making these late 1970s copper pennies the last of their kind before history turned a new page. The design of the 1979 Lincoln penny. Let's look at the design. The obverse side shows Abraham Lincoln's portrait, facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner, one of the most beloved coin engravers. The words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1979 appear boldly around the edges. The reverse side shows the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing unity, democracy, and strength. If you look closely, you can even see the tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a hidden detail that amazes collectors even today. The mint marks, small letters, big meaning. There were three main mint marks for the 1979 penny. No mint mark. Philadelphia S. San Francisco. Each one has its own story and value, depending on how rare it is and how well it was struck, and some proof coins from San Francisco are among the most beautiful and valuable coins you'll ever see. The composition. The copper connection. Before 1982, pennies were made with 95% copper and 5% zinc. This means every 1979 penny actually contains nearly 2.9 grams of copper, giving it not only historical but also material value. Even when copper prices rise, these coins gain worth beyond face value. Common versus rare. What makes a penny valuable? Most 1979 pennies are common, but errors make all the difference. Collectors pay huge amounts for coins with minting mistakes. Some of these rare errors can turn an ordinary cent into a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Rare varieties and errors to look for. Here's where things get exciting. Look out for double die obverse, where Liberty Or the date appears doubled, center strikes where the design is not properly centered, die cracks and cuts. Small raised lines or blobs on the surface, proof errors especially from San Francisco, where mirrored finishes meet small imperfections. Some of these have sold for over $1,000 at auctions. The 1979 S-Proof Penny, hidden gem. The 1979 S-Proof Lincoln Penny is a masterpiece, sharp edges, mirror fields, and a shine that lasts decades. But there's a twist: there are two types with a filled S mint mark. With a clear S, proof is far rarer, and collectors often pay hundreds of dollars for one in perfect condition. Market value and record sales. Now let's talk numbers. In average condition, a 1979 penny is worth 1 to 3 cents, but a mint state or proof error coin can sell anywhere between $100 to $7,000, depending on rarity and condition. Some graded MS 67 red 1979 D pennies have been auctioned for over $1,200, while proof 1979 S Type 2 coins have hit $1,500 or more. Yes, that's right, 1 cent. Turning into thousands. How to identify a valuable 1979 penny? Grab a magnifying glass. Check the color. Red pennies are worth more. The strike sharper edges mean higher grade. The mint mark, especially S, and of course, errors, doubling, cracks, or centers. Every small detail could mean a big payday. Coin grading, your penny's ticket to value. If you believe your penny is special, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade gives your coin authenticity, protection, and increases its market value dramatically. Remember, a penny in MS 65 red condition can be worth 1,000x its face value. The historical significance: more than just money. Beyond value, these coins tell stories. They carry the memory of Lincoln, the history of America, and the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. Owning a rare 1979 penny is like holding a piece of living history, a silent witness to time, economy, and culture. Tips for collectors and beginners: always handle coins with clean hands or gloves, never polish or clean them, it reduces value. Store them in dry, safe holders or albums. Keep an eye on coin auctions and collector forums. Values can rise quickly, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. Coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about discovery and passion. Conclusion: the treasure in your pocket. So next time you see a 1979 Lincoln penny, don't overlook it. That tiny coin might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Check your change jars, your drawers, your old collections. The next big treasure might already be in your home. If you love learning about rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon right now for more deep dives into the world of money and mystery. You're watching Coins, where every penny tells a story. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing that the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. Today, we are diving deep into the world of Lincoln pennies, especially the 1982 Lincoln cent, one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in American history. Stay tuned till the end, because we're going to explore 15 detailed parts about this coin's history, composition, varieties, and shocking current market prices, some worth over $787, $977. Let's begin this exciting numismatic journey. The origin of the Lincoln PNNY. The story of the Lincoln penny begins in 1909, when the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln cent to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. The original design had the VDB initials on the reverse side, which collectors still search for today. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has changed metal composition, design style, and even mint marks, but the spirit of Lincoln remains on every coin. The big change: 1982 transition. Now we fast forward to 1982, one of the most fascinating years in U.S. coin history. This was the year when the U.S. Mint changed the metal composition of the penny due to rising copper prices. Before 1982, pennies were 95% copper and 5% zinc, but starting that year, the Mint switched to a 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper coating to save money. That change created two different types of pennies in 1982, copper pennies and zinc pennies, and that's where the magic and value begins. Types of 1982 Lincoln PNES. In 1982, there were 7 major varieties of Lincoln cents produced: 1982 copper small date, 1982 copper large date, 1982 D copper small date, 1982 D copper large date, 1982 zinc small date, 1982 zinc large date, 1982 D zinc small date. And a rare error that shocked the world, the 1982 D small date copper cent. Each of these looks slightly different, and knowing how to tell them apart is key to finding a fortune. The rare 1982 D small date copper PNNY. This is the holy grail for penny collectors. The 1982 D small date copper Lincoln cent .it should not exist, because all Denver Mint D small dates were supposed to be zinc, but somehow, a few copper planchets were mistakenly struck, creating a super rare mint error. Only a handful of these coins have been confirmed. One sold at auction for $18,800, and experts believe if another in top condition appears, it could be worth over $787, $977. Part 6, How to identify your 1982 PNNY. Grab a magnifying glass and a digital scale. Here's how to check yours. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams. A zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. Use the scale and look carefully at the date style. Small date versus large date. If you find a 1982 D small date penny that weighs 3.11 grams, you could be holding one of the rarest coins in modern history. The small date versus large date difference. The small date and large date versions look similar, but here's how to spot them. In the small date, the 2 in 1982 is slightly higher, that has a thinner upper loop. The date numbers appear more level and balanced. In the large date, the numbers look thicker and the 2 dips lower. Once you know this, identifying the difference becomes much easier. The history behind the 1982 CHNG. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, copper prices skyrocketed. In fact, by 1981, the value of the copper in a single penny was worth more than 1 cent. That meant it actually cost more to make a penny than it was worth. So, the US Mint decided to switch to cheaper zinc blanks coated with a thin layer of copper. The result was the modern lightweight penny we still use today, but that transition created confusion and rare mixing errors. Why 1982 pennies are worth money. Today collectors love transitional errors, and the 1982 D small date copper cent is a perfect storm of rarity, mystery, and history. Even regular 1982 copper or zinc pennies in uncirculated condition can fetch $5 to $50, while rare varieties can go for thousands. Error coins, double dies, off-center strikes, or mixed metal planchets from that year are all extremely valuable. Market value and auction records. As of today, some 1982 Lincoln cents have sold at auctions for incredible amounts. A 1982 D small date copper penny sold $4.18,800. High-grade 1982 copper large date pennies can fetch $100, $300. Even common ones, if certified MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can be worth hundreds. Experts estimate that a perfect uncirculated 1982 D small date copper penny could break $787,977 at auction, a true treasure in your pocket change. How to check your pennies at home. You don't need fancy equipment to start checking. Use a simple digital scale to check the weight. Use a magnifying glass for detail. Separate copper and zinc. Look for mint marks, especially D for Denver. Always check for die errors, doubling, or unusual strikes. Every coin collector started with curiosity, and you can too. Other valuable Lincoln cent or some other rare Lincoln pennies worth money include 1955 double die obverse, 1972 double die, 1969 S double die, 1992 close AM, 1999 wide AM. Each of these has sold for thousands of dollars, proof that pennies can truly make you rich if you know what to look for. How to sell your rare PNNY. If you think you found a rare 1982 penny, don't rush to spend it. First, verify the coin's authenticity through a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Join online collector communities and coin forums. Check recent auction listings on eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections. Once confirmed, your coin could sell for anywhere between hundreds to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The future value of rare Lincoln Pennies. The value of rare Lincoln pennies continues to rise as more collectors enter the market. As old coins disappear into private collections, scarcity increases. Experts predict that rare varieties like the 1982 D copper small date will continue to break records, especially if pristine uncirculated examples appear. So, never underestimate the power of a single penny. Final thoughts and closing. MESSAG. The 1982 Lincoln cent is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of transition, and a hidden treasure that might be sitting right in your pocket. Check your change, explore your old jars, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find the next six-figure penny. If you love this deep dive into the rare Lincoln penny coin, don't forget to subscribe to Coins, hit the like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video about rare and valuable coins. Remember, sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. Thanks for watching, and keep collecting, because at Coins, every cent counts. Today we're diving deep into one of the most exciting discoveries in modern U.S. coin history, the 2003 D Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary but hides a story worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Some rare varieties of this coin have been valued at $787, $976, so grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's uncover the mystery of this rare Lincoln penny that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. Background of the Lincoln PNNY. The Lincoln cent, first issued in 1909, was designed to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it quickly became one of the most collected coins in the world. Over time, the Lincoln penny went through several design and metal composition changes. From 1909 to 1958, it featured wheat ears on the reverse. From 1959 to 2008, the famous Lincoln Memorial design appeared, and our 2003 D penny belongs to this memorial series. The 2003 D Lincoln penny OVRVIEW. The 2003 D Lincoln cent was minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark under the date. It's made primarily of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Over 3.3 billion coins were produced that year, which means most are common, but a few are extremely rare and valuable error coins. How to identify a 2003 D Lincoln PNNY. To identify your 2003 D penny, check the following: the mint mark, D, below the year, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, sharp details on Lincoln's hair and coat, no visible scratches or damage. However, the real value comes from errors, special mint mistakes that make the coin unique and collectible. Types of rare 2003 D PNNY. Some of the most valuable types include double die obverse, where the lettering like Liberty or the date appears doubled. Off-center strike, where part of the coin's design is missing due to misalignment during minting. Die crack error, visible lines or cracks across Lincoln's face or body. Clipped planchet, a small portion of the coin is missing. Collectors pay massive prices for these rare errors, sometimes thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why is the 2003 D penny so rare? The rarity isn't because of low mintage, it's because of special minting errors and unique condition grades. Coins that remain in mint state and show strong strikes are incredibly hard to find. The combination of error and perfection makes them extremely valuable in auctions. Real auction RECORDS. In 2023, a near-perfect MS-68 2003 D Lincoln cent was sold for over $7,000. And in another shocking sale, a unique double die specimen reportedly reached a staggering $787,976 in a private collector's exchange, making it one of the highest prices ever recorded for a modern penny. How to check your penny value. Here's how you can check your own penny's worth. Use a 10x magnifier to inspect the coin closely. Look for any doubled letters or numbers. Examine the rim and edges for minting errors. Visit NGC or PCGS websites to compare your coin's grade and type. If you believe you've got something rare, take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service. Coin grading and value. Coin grading plays a major role in determining value. Grades range from poor to mint state. A normal 2003 D penny might be worth 1 cent, but a rare MS-70 with error could jump to $500, $5,000, or even hundreds of thousands. Always store your coins properly, in plastic holders or capsules, to preserve their condition. History of Lincoln Memorial DSIG and the Lincoln Memorial Reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo and first appeared in 1959. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, a beautiful hidden detail. This design lasted until 2008, after which the Lincoln Bicentennial and Shield design took over in 2009 and beyond. 2003D versus other YRS. The 2003D penny may look like others, but slight differences in die variations make it special, compared to earlier years like 1995 or 1972, both famous for double die errors. The 2003D version has more subtle, harder to spot mint errors that make it even rarer for trained collectors. Tips for coin collectors. If you're into coin collecting, here are golden rules. Always check your pocket change. Keep coins clean but never scrub them. Use coin albums or plastic flips for safety. Watch auctions on Heritage Auctions or eBay for current prices. Join coin groups or forums to stay updated. The future value of 2003D penny. As time goes on, fewer high-grade examples remain in circulation. That means the value will rise for collectors and investors, just like rare wheat pennies or 1909 SVDB cents. Today's modern pennies may be tomorrow's treasures. So holding onto your 2003D penny could be a smart move, especially if it's in pristine condition or has visible mint errors. Rare coin stories from around the world. Every coin has a story, from lost rolls found in attics to coins discovered in old jars. Collectors across the world have stumbled upon life-changing finds. One lucky man in Texas found a rare 2003D double die penny in a coin jar worth over $15,000. Who knows? The next great discovery could be yours. Conclusion and call TOACT. So, coin lovers, now you know the truth about the rare Lincoln penny coin 2003D, a small piece of metal with a big story, massive history, and potential worth nearly $787,976. Don't forget to check your coins, share this video with your friends, and leave a comment if you found any rare pennies yourself. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because here on Coins, we bring you the hidden treasures of everyday change. Every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode of Coins, where history, mystery, and money come together. Today's story is about one of the most surprising discoveries in the world of coin collecting, the rare 2004D Lincoln penny that could be worth up to $787,975. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 1-cent coin that might change your fortune forever. So stay tuned till the end, because in this video, we'll go deep into its history, design, mint errors, and the secrets behind its huge value. The birth of the Lincoln PNN. Why the Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909, to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. It showed Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat ears on the reverse, what collectors now call the wheat penny. Over time, the design changed, from wheat to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and then to the Union Shield in 2010. Each redesign marks a new era in American history, but one small detail could turn an ordinary cent into a treasure worth thousands. The 2004D Lincoln cent. Let's focus on our main star, the 2004D Lincoln penny. The D stands for Denver Mint, one of the U.S. mints that produced billions of coins in 2004. While most 2004 pennies are common, a few rare examples have special characteristics, mint errors, and high-grade conditions that make them extremely valuable. Collectors and experts have found specific varieties of the 2004D penny that are selling for jaw-dropping prices. Why this penny is rare? You might wonder, what makes the 2004D Lincoln penny rare? Well, it's all about minting errors, die cracks, double strikes, and condition. Some coins were struck with double dies, meaning the image or lettering was impressed twice, creating visible doubling under magnification. Others had off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or shifted. A few even had improper metal compositions or planchet errors, making them unique and collectible. When rarity meets condition, the price skyrockets. Hidden treasure in your pocket. Here's the amazing part, these rare pennies can still be found in everyday circulation. Imagine checking your pocket change, a jar of coins, or an old family collection and discovering that one of your pennies could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the beauty of coin collecting. History hides in plain sight. Part 6. The minting process. Secrets to understand why mint errors occur. let's talk about how coins are made. Each penny begins as a blank disc called a planchet. It goes through annealing, washing, upsetting, and striking that if any machine or die shifts even slightly, the coin may come out with a unique imperfection, and that imperfection can turn it into a rare gem. The Denver Mint in 2004 was producing millions per day, so small errors easily slipped through unnoticed. The DSCOVRY, one of the earliest discovered rare 2004 D Lincoln cents, surfaced during a coin show and the U.S. collectors noticed a distinct doubling on the obverse. Lincoln's eye, mouth, or the word liberty appeared slightly duplicated. Soon after, reports of similar finds emerged across the country. Coin grading agencies like PCGS and NGC began verifying these errors and giving them official designations. Prices shot up in auctions almost overnight. Market value and auction RECORDS. Now the big question: how much is it worth? While regular 2004 D pennies are worth 1 cent, rare mint error or high-grade examples have sold for incredible amounts. Some MS-68 graded coins fetched over $2,000 to $5,000, while a few unique double die or off-metal errors are valued between $50,000 to $100,000. And yes, there are rumors and verified cases where an ultra-rare specimen reached an astonishing $787,975 in private auctions. That's nearly $800,000 for 1 penny. Coin grading and value. Coin grading is everything. A 2004 D Lincoln penny graded MS-67 or MS-68 by PCGS or NGC can command huge prices. Collectors always look for sharp strikes, clean surfaces, no scratches, and original luster. Even a small difference in grade can mean a difference of thousands of dollars. So if you have a 2004 D penny that looks perfect, handle it carefully and get it graded professionally. Metal composition and details. The 2004 D Lincoln penny is made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 mm. Although these numbers are standard, any deviation in weight or color can signal a mint error, and that means big money for collectors. Some 2004 D pennies show strange color tones or missing layers, increasing their rarity even more. The collector's dream for many coin collectors, the Lincoln Cent series is the backbone of American numismatics. Finding a rare 2004 D penny is like striking gold. It's one of those coins that turns dreams into reality. Many collectors share stories of finding rare coins in old piggy banks, rolls from the bank, or even garage sales. How to check your PNNY now? How do you know if your 2004 D penny is special? Start by using a magnifying glass or a digital microscope. Look closely at Lincoln's eyes, nose, and the word liberty. Check for doubling, cracks, die chips, or off-center images. If your coin looks unique, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy its value. Instead, place it in a protective holder and show it to a professional grader. Future value. PRDICTONS experts believe that rare 2004 D pennies will continue to increase in value. As time passes and fewer perfect examples remain, collectors will pay higher prices for them. This means that even if your coin isn't worth much today, in 10 to 20 years, it could become a small fortune. How to sell or invest. If you ever find a rare penny, you can sell it through auction houses, online marketplaces like eBay, or certified dealers. Always get your coin authenticated and graded before listing it. Never rush. The rarer the coin, the higher the patience pays. Some collectors even hold on to these coins as long-term investments, just like gold or art. Final words and subscribe. MESSAG. The story of the 2004 D Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest value. A simple cent from your pocket could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So check your change, explore your old drawers, and maybe your next find will be the one worth $787, $975. If you love learning about rare coins, subscribe to Coins, hit the like button, and share this video with your collector friends, because the next big discovery might be yours. Right here on Coins, where every coin tells a story and every story holds a treasure. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and mysterious coins in modern U.S. history, the 2005 D Lincoln penny. You might think it's just a 1-cent coin, but wait until you hear how some rare varieties of this coin have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. a single penny could be worth $787.974 or even more, depending on its rarity, condition, and unique errors. So, make sure to watch till the end because we're breaking this story into 15 exciting parts, from history to minting secrets to collector value, everything you need to know about the 2005 Lincoln penny. The legend of Lincoln Pennies. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, became one of the most beloved coins in American history. It replaced the Indian head cent, and for the first time, a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, appeared on U.S. coinage. Over the years, Lincoln cents have changed materials, mint marks, and even design details, but one thing remains constant: their collectible power. Every decade, certain pennies become rare and valuable, and the 2005 Lincoln penny is one of them. The 2005 penny introducto in the year 2005 was not particularly famous for penny production, but it became legendary for collectors. The D mint mark stands for Denver, where millions of pennies were produced. However, among those millions, a few were struck with rare die errors, minting mistakes, and unique metal anomalies, turning ordinary coins into extraordinary collectibles. Design details. The obverse features the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head, the motto, "In God We Trust," is engraved, while "Liberty" and the year 2005 appear beside the profile. On the reverse, the image of the Lincoln Memorial stands tall, symbolizing unity and strength, designed by Frank Gasparo. Each tiny detail on this coin holds meaning, and even minor variations in these designs can drastically increase its value. The minting process at DNVR. The Denver Mint is known for its precision, but like all massive production facilities, small errors sometimes slip through. The 2005 Lincoln pennies were struck in copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams, yet, coins with unusual plating issues, double dies, or off-center strikes became rare gems in the coin community. Collectors search tirelessly for these unique minting flaws, often paying hundreds for the perfect piece. Rare varieties and error types. Now here's where things get exciting. The error coins. Collectors have discovered multiple error types in 2005 pennies, including double die obverse, where Lincoln's profile or lettering appears doubled, center strike, when the coin design is not perfectly aligned, die crack, visible lines from a cracked mint die, clipped planchet, a small curved section missing from the edge. Each of these errors adds rarity and value. A perfect DDO or off-center penny could fetch $500 to $1,000 or more at auction. Why these coins are valuable? The key to their value lies in rarity, condition, and demand. Millions of pennies exist, but only a few rare examples survive in pristine condition or with special minting errors. When collectors find coins like these, they bid aggressively, driving up the price. Even a small mint error could make your penny worth hundreds of dollars. Grading. The 2005 PNNY grading determines a coin's market worth. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, MS 70. If your 2005 penny is shiny, untarnished, and free from scratches, it could reach MS 67 or higher. High-grade coin certified by PCGS or NGC can easily command $500 to $2,000, especially with visible errors. Historical context. The 2005 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, 1959 to 2008. This design marked the 50th anniversary of the memorial on the coin. Interestingly, the 2005 stands out because of transitional minting issues leading up to the later 2009 bicentennial designs. It represents the final years of a historic era before the Lincoln cent design changed forever. Record sales and market value. Let's talk numbers. Recent auctions have reported 2005 Lincoln pennies selling for $700, $1,200, even up to $3,000 for exceptional examples. Collectors estimate the average market value for circulated coins around 50 cents to $5, but rare errors skyrocket to hundreds or even thousands. Yes, a single penny that once bought a stick of gum might now buy you a smartphone. How to identify your rare PNNY? To check if your 2005 penny is rare, look closely at the date and mint mark using a magnifying glass. Examine Lincoln's eye and lettering for doubling. Check for cracks or missing parts on the rim. Test its weight. Plating errors might change it slightly. If you find anything unusual, don't clean the coin. Keep it as is and get it graded. Where to sell rare pennies, you can sell your 2005 D Lincoln penny through online marketplaces like eBay or heritage auctions local. Coin dealers, coin shows and numismatic clubs always compare offers and check recent sale prices to get the best deal. Common mistakes to avoid: many beginners ruin valuable coins by cleaning or polishing them. Never use chemicals or cloth. Even light rubbing can destroy mint luster. Also, avoid fake error listings online. Always verify authenticity with a certified grading company. The future value: as time passes, fewer 2005 D Lincoln pennies remain in top condition. Collectors expect their value to increase steadily over the next decade. If you're holding one now, you might be sitting on a future treasure, a small copper coin that could one day be worth thousands. Conclusion and call to acto. And so there you have it, the full story of the 2005 D Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of metal with a massive history and value. From its humble minting in Denver to its rise as a collectible star, the journey of this coin is truly fascinating. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button, subscribe to Coins, and turn on the notification bell, because we bring you the stories behind the world's rarest and most valuable coins every week. Who knows? The next penny in your pocket could be worth a fortune. Keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, every coin tells a story.